Federal Reserve Chairman. No. Wait for it.
I'm tired of him.
Wait for it.
I'm just tired of him.
Wait for it. Listen to what he said.
Vincent.
You ready
Listen.
for this? Seriously. Says migration boosts mortgage rates.
Yeah.
It's
true.
So people that go
through.
So let me read this to you.
Yeah.
Let me read this to you. This is an actual. So let's go through this, Rob. While the long run effect of increased immigration on inflation is unclear, immigrants nonetheless need a place to live, and their arrival in the U.S. has likely also increased demand for housing. What percentage of illegal immigrants coming here you think are coming here with $300,000 to put a down payment on a house?
Hey, I go to buy a house today.
I want you to think about this, okay? What percentage of illegal immigrants are coming here with $100,000 plus cash?
Less than 1%.
Cash.
Less. Well, I mean, unless they're working with the cartels, and the cartels are doing.
What do you think? 1%. What do you think? Can you, Rob? Can you even Google this? I'm actually curious. What is the average net worth of an illegal immigrant that comes across the border? Okay.
I'm going to say basically $100 in their pocket, and they had to give the rest to a coyote.
Bucks or
Guess
pesos?
what? That's what I relate to. We came here with nothing.
And the people that do have the money will go find a way to actually pay for their citizenship. There's different avenues.
You come here
for that.
legally. That's right.
Exactly.
By the way,
I've got 500 grand. Invest in a business. Boom.
Do you know I was in Panama?
Yeah.
And I'm in Panama. We're playing poker at, I don't know where we are. We're at Hard Rock in Panama. And I'm playing, there's just all these guys. I'm like, so what do you do? I'm from Dallas.
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah, what do you do? I'm from Chicago. What do you do? I'm a senator. You're a senator. Yeah. In where? In Panama. Get out of here. Yes. So I'm like, teach me why Panama's unemployment is 2%. At the time, it was 2%. Why are so many people coming to Panama? He says, you know, you can buy your citizenship here with $300,000. I said, what do you mean? He says, if you put $300,000 in Panama in a business or a property, you automatically get your citizenship. No way. Yeah. What does that mean? People who go to Panama go with money. People who go to Dubai with money. People who go to Singapore with money. Illegal immigrants that come to America don't come to America with money, or else that have better choices, okay, better options in their lives. And this guy's saying that they're going to fix and help with the increased demand for housing. Says Neil Kashkari, same guy, by the way. He's not Persian, he's Indian. He's from Ohio, I believe. President of Federal Reserve Bank, Minneapolis, said on May 7, in turn, he said mortgage rates are nudged upwards with higher interest rates, saying perhaps a neutral interest rate for the housing market is higher than before the pandemic. Kashkari is a member of the Federal Reserve, which is now raising interest rates due to reduce unpopular inflation caused by the federal government's deficit spending. Tom.
So this is Neil, who's normally pretty balanced, as I said. Kashkari, or cash expensive, as I like to say, because he's usually a rate increase guy. I think what he's talking about here, if I had to read between the lines here a little bit, I'm not an apologist for him. I don't know this guy. But I think what he's saying is these people are going to need apartments, and so developers are going to need loans to go get the apartments. And right now we've got limited demand, and you would imagine that banks would be decreasing the rate a little bit because there's fewer people looking for a construction loan. You know what I mean, Pat?
Yep.
And if fewer people are looking for a loan, if you're looking for a loan, say, hey, I'm going to build, 50 apartments in this one building in Minneapolis, and you go to Vinny Bank and Tom Bank, if we don't have a lot of applications on our desk, I'm more likely to give you maybe a quarter point better so I could win the business from Vinny. And if there's 10 of you in here, then I'm not going to lower the rate at all because there's plenty of demand for the money I'm trying to loan. So I would think it would be a little upside down. So I actually disagreed with Kashkari on this, that if you've got limited number of homes being built or limited number of apartments being built, and that's what I'm going to assume here, this is multifamily housing that's being built, then I don't think that's going to keep the rates up. I think that would, if anything, cause a developer to be able to get a little tiny bit better deal. Now, it can't be a screaming good deal because the Fed rate is in there and the spread right now is 1.7. So it's going to be hard for him to get a deal better than about 7%, 7.25% right now. So I think he was trying to say something there and it came out like completely wrong. And it sounds, the logic was a little upside down.
But when you talk about bringing something, and this is really quick, about anybody coming over the border bringing money, Why would you need to? If you just go to New York, you get a prepaid credit card that gets refilled every month,
and a phone,
and you get a free cell phone. They're kicking out veterans out of their dwellings to make room for illegals. They're taking over schools, and now because there's that new trend, you could just squat in a house, and it's your house. Why would you even want to come with $1? I'd come in here. You know that story when parents are always like, we came to this country with $2 in my pocket. Everybody always has that story. My family came here. They had no pockets. Yep. They were just naked. They swam here. But yeah, what were you going to say?
Well, shout out to your family. I'd love to see you.
They love it. They came here naked, and that's how they.
Who does this affect the most? Socioeconomically poor people are getting screwed by the immigrants.
Weird.
Like the rich people aren't like, oh my God, they're taking my jobs. No, I'm good. We're good. Pat's good. Pat's not losing his job to Hector that just showed up. Or to they're coming from China, or they're coming from Syria, or they're coming from El Salvador, or they're coming from every country around the world, because it's not just South America. We've highlighted that. But what happens is this is simply supply and demand. How many illegals or migrants, or as the Biden administration calls them, newcomers, hey y'all, come on in, have come in since the Biden administration? 5 million? 10 million? What's the number?
Of just completely
illegal? How many people? Yeah, illegal.
Well, the number that's being reported is roughly 8.5, 8.8 million. Some are saying it's 15 million, but let's just say 8 to 15 million.
So let's just do basic economics here. What are the two principles of economics? Supply and demand. Is there more supply in America now, meaning humans? There's apparently 8 to 10 million more. Now, these people we just established don't have money.
If you could.
Sure.
Keep going. On me, not on you.
Even if it's 5 million, whatever it is, there's more people in America since this open border, ridiculous Biden policy. Cool. Follow me now. Those people, we've just established that maybe 1% of them, if that, are showing up with hundreds of thousands of dollars. Those people are buying businesses. There's a protocol for that. We know that. But 99% of them are basically have no money, have no wages, and they need to work, and they're getting stimmy checks or handouts or debit cards. They need places to live, free apartments, free hotels. They're knocking on people's doors. Yo, I'm taking over now. How many times have we highlighted the squatting situation in New York? So it's affecting the poorer people. Socioeconomically, they're losing jobs to these people. They're losing money to these people. They're losing opportunities to these people. That's why they're pissed. Did you see what just happened in Chicago? You see Biden was just in Chicago, and they had 2 black women, one with a MAGA hat on, who basically was like, yo, Chicago's going red now. We can't take this anymore. They're prioritizing immigrants over citizens. And it's not even a black thing or a Latin thing or a white thing. It's a socioeconomic thing. They're taking jobs and opportunities and housing, in this specific case, from the disadvantaged, the disenfranchised.
Was this also
the
they
poor
lost
people.
their school auditorium and their gymnasium, so their kids lost school programs?
That's part of the story.
They put a bunch of cots in there, and these women were upset because their own kids were getting less services at their school because they turned the gym into an apartment.
Yeah. Correct. At the end of the day, you're like, what the hell are we doing here? They're prioritizing immigrants or migrants or illegal aliens, which apparently is illegal to say, over actual citizens of America. Yeah. That's why people are upset.
So let me ask you, Rob, if you can go to what I just sent you. Washington Examiner says the number is 10 million. Okay, illegal border crossing, total over 10 million since Biden inauguration. If you can just pull that up and show this before Adam gets upset at you. So illegal border crosses totals over 10 million since Biden inauguration. Go a little lower, Rob, if you could. Zoom in a little bit. On one of the slides, it shows actually the numbers. Go lower, go a little lower. No, not too much. You went too much. You just all of a sudden went all the way down. Yeah, it's like I said, 2.7 million, 3.2 million by each year. Go a little higher. I think that's the one right there. Right there. Official U.S. Customs and Border Protection data includes 3.2 million apprehensions in 2023, 2.766 in 2022, 1.956 in 2021, and 471 in 2020. This guy went from 471 to 1.95 to 2.766 to 3.2 million. Record-breaking numbers, right? Mm-hmm. And they can sit there and try to do the spin job as much as they want. This is catastrophic, absolutely catastrophic. The challenge then is going to be on how are you going to deport all these guys. Guy sends me a question on my next saying, here's what I think the way to do it, and all these different trucks, and and here's how many here's how much the cost is going to be. Here's how much. This is going to be a very, very complicated project to get these guys. So you're not going to just go to them and say, okay, you got to leave. Okay, I will leave. You have to arrest, it's going to be the hardest thing to do for the next president to deport these guys.
And guess what? If it's Trump, it can't happen, because the first person that they grab, PBD, especially if it's a young kid, they're going to take a photo of it and they're going to just blast Trump, just like they did with that fake video with that guy and the horse, and they're whipping them. I'm sorry, this is what you guys wanted. You wanted this open border. Now it's, by the way, no turning back.
Yeah.
Speaking of Manek, the guy in Manek told me, he goes, Vinny, they can't do that. I forgot his name, and I apologize. He said, now what you have to do, the mission of the Republicans is, how do you make those people that are going to be stuck here, 18 million, 8 million, whatever, how are you going to make them vote Republican? What's going to be your pitch to change them? Like, hey, listen, we know that this guy let you come in, but we're going to do X, Y, and Z that's going to make your life better. Yeah. That's what you're going to have to do.
So obviously this is going to be, and by the way, you know what the difference is? What's the great thing when the next thing's going to be a one-term president? You're on your second term. What's the great thing? How do you treat criticism on your second term?
You don't give a shit.
You don't worry about it.
You're leaving.
There's no re-election. There's no...
Yeah.
You've got a midterm election for Congress, but you don't have to worry about the rest. You can do what you think is right.
Yeah. On your second term, you don't really care what's going to happen. So even if he has to do that, he's not going to be coming from a place of, what's going to happen to me.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.